King Richard I came to the throne in 1189, and very soon left his seat empty when he set off on the Third Crusade. His wicked brother, Prince John, then became ruler of the country in his absence. John was a cruel, merciless man who took from the poor to make money for himself. But the poor peasants of Nottingham had a friend in a young man called Robin Hood, who took from the rich and gave to the poor. His identity was unknown until his steward, Warman, betrayed him and told Prince John that the noble Robert, Earl of Huntingdon, was none other than Robin Hood. Prince John then ordered Sir Guy of Gisborne to arrest Robin and seize his holdings at Locksley Hall. On this day, we join Robert Fitzooth at this wedding to Maid Marian. But this may not be the joyous occasion the two young lovers had hoped for.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here this day to celebrate the love of Earl Robert Fitzooth and Maid Marian. In the years they have been together, we have seen their love grow, and today they have come to join their lives together as husband and wife.
Stop everything! There will be no wedding today. I have in my hand a royal edict declaring this man an outlaw. Be it known to all, in the name of Prince John, Regent of England, that Robert Fitzooth, known as Robert, Earl of Huntingdon, is also known as Robin Hood. For as much as he has aided the king's enemies, broken the king's laws, and is a traitor to the king and to those set by him in authority, that the same Robert Fitzooth is hereby declared an outlaw. His lands and his goods forfeit, his person prescribed and banished. In the name of Richard our King, under Regent Prince John.
Stay calm, my dear guests. Let not your minds be troubled. I will deal with this interruption. Why then, here and now, Robert Fitzooth, Earl of Huntingdon, ceases to be. Both you and the sheriff have called me Robin Hood, so both you and even Prince John himself shall live to fear that name. Not only you, but all those like you shall go in fear, as long as Robin Hood reigns in Sherwood Forest, in Sherwood, and wherever else wrongs need to be righted, until good King Richard comes home from the Crusades, and there is justice once more in this fair land of England. Lady Marian, did you give your love to the Earl of Huntingdon, or to just plain Robin Hood?
I gave my love neither to the Earl or to his earldom, but the man whom I love, and whose wife alone I shall be.
So Robert Fitzooth of Huntingdon became Robin Hood of Sherwood Forest. Many joined his band of outlaws. When Robin Hood was settled in his new home in Sherwood Forest, he began to go looking for adventure. One of these wanderings abroad resulted in Robin Hood finding one of his most loyal and trusted followers, who became his best friend.
Hi-ho! Hither walks a man, methinks. Yea, yonder bridge is too narrow for the twain of us to cross. Lest he arrive there first, I shall put wind in my step and claim the bridge my own.
Alackaday! I see your tricks. Out of my way, little boy, unless you want a dunking in the stream.
Fie upon it! You are tall in truth, but you are no match for my speed and cat-like reflexes. Get back off this bridge till I've crossed, or else I'll assure you, you'll be the one getting dunked.
By the rood, I'll break your face in first, and then I'll toss you in the water afterwards.
You talk like a plain donkey. If I were to bend my bow, I could send an arrow through your proud heart before you could touch me with your staff.
If I talk like a donkey, you talk like a coward. You stand there well armed with a good long bow, while I have only a staff and am well out of your reach.
I scorn the name of a coward. I will lay aside my weapons and challenge you with a quarterstaff like yours. Stay there until I cut one from the thicket.
Here I stand, 1 foot on the bridge, until you are ready for your cold bath in the stream.
Lo, what a strong staff I have! Just to think for knocking insolent rogues into the water. Let us fight here on this bridge, so that if one of us goes into the water, there'll be no doubt who's won, and the victor may go on his way without getting wet.
By all means, I'd rather not hurt you, but I will. Good fellow, where are you?
Here I am, just putting my shoulder back at the socket. I must confess, I am well beaten. You're a fine fellow and a good fighter. Let peace now take its turn and govern our discourse. This bridge is yours, and I will seldom invite your wrath upon my flesh again. Where were you walking?
To tell you the truth, I was in search of a man they call Robin Hood.
Good master, what has happened to you?
This fine fellow here has just tossed me into yonder stream with his fine staff.
Say goodnight, tall fellow. No man insults Robin Hood and lives to tell about it.
Robin Hood?
Come now, my friend, do not be afraid. These are my merry men who protect me and do my bidding. You too may join them if you would shake my hand and swear loyalty to Robin Hood.
Here is my hand and my heart goes with it, honest Robin. My name is John Little, and I promise to serve you faithfully.
Why then listen, men. This little baby came to us as John Little, but seeing now that he is so small, so puny a babe, we'll turn his name around and call him Little John. Now and forever. Long live Little John! Long live Little John!
Next to join Robin's faithful group in Greenwood is Friar Tuck. Before meeting Robin Hood, Friar Tuck was living in a hermit cell by the river. He ferried people across the river for small fee. Robin Hood had just come upon Friar Tuck sitting by the river.
Now then, my fine fellow, come and ferry me over the river.
All in good time, my son, all in good time. He could have swum across this river if he weren't so lazy, and the wetting would have done him good. But I am a righteous man who has vowed to serve others. Now then, let me see how much money you have.
Really good, friar, you did not rob me.
No, I only ask for money for the poor.
No man should be forced to give to the poor unless they want to.
But my job as a priest is to encourage you, and I will do this however I have to.
Okay then, come search me. For that, you shall carry me across this river once more, on your back, and don't expect to get any money for it. If you even ask, all you'll get is a broken head.
A fair bargain.
What say you we call a truce? Would you shake my hand? I've never met a holy man who is as skilled with the quarterstaff as you are. Let us make peace and rest a while in your home, where surely you will be able to feed a poor wanderer such as me.
Here we are in my simple dwelling. I am sorry to say I have very little food here. Just a small bowl of peas and some water. You're welcome to both. I generally have the water first and then the peas. Though, sometimes I put the peas in the water.
It seems, holy brother, that a few peas and a jug of water have fattened you up quite well. Surely it is a miracle that a man who lives upon a handful of peas is so round and so strong a fighter as you are. Perhaps you can find something a little richer to feast upon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I do have a penny. I wonder if a whole penny might change your mind.
A wink is as good as a nudge to a blind horse. You have judged right well. Food I have a plenty for a visitor willing to add shine to the table. If your penny bites silver, then your plate will be shoveled high. Tell me, decent forester, what is your name?
Tell me yours first.
I am only a simple priest, and my name is Friar Tuck.
I go by several names, but you may call me Robin Hood.
The Robin Hood, the fastest bow show south of the Ember?
The very same.
Ah, indeed. I've heard that you live well in the forest, and you need a priest there, and I'm the priest you need.
So Friar Tuck joined Robin Hood and became one of the merriest of all the men present there. It is even said that his contagious happiness sparked an outbreak of merriment in the village south of Sherwood Forest.
Meanwhile, as Robin's group of merry people continued to grow, Marian was determined to join them in Sherwood. So long as she remained living in her father's castle, she was under his power, which meant that he could decide whom she would marry. Sir Guy was aware of this and wanted Marian for his own, so he decides to visit the castle and try to influence her father through flattery.
But Marian needs a husband. Yes, a husband is a perfect solution to all of our silly ideas of joining Robin Hood at Sherwood Forest. And I can be just that husband.
I'll have no man of your choosing, Father, else he is my choice also. And my choice is and always will be brave Robin Hood.
Where are you going?
I'm leaving. Don't leave the torch lit for me. I'll be in Sherwood.
You will do no such thing.
Watch me.
I will have it the drawbridge. Rick, raise the bridge.
Aye, sir, right away. Then I will swim the moat. Mabel, leading that swimsuit. Yes, ma'am.
Then I will secure the gates. Jasper, go lock the gates.
You're not going to me. Then I will leap the castle wall. Shelley, bring me several pillows and a first aid kit.
Yes, ma'am. Then I will lock you in your room. Sal, bring me one padlock.
One padlock right away, sir.
Then I will shred the curtains and escape through the window. Delilah, bring me my sewing kit. Yes, my lady.
Then I will lock you in the tower dungeon, where you will only see light through the keyhole. Sean, throw some fresh hay in the dungeon. Marion just made reservations for one.
Yes, sir.
Then I will find some other way of escape. But Father, if you let me go freely, I will return to you. But if you lock me up, I'll never come back.
I can see you will not be sorry for Marion. You are quite a puzzle to me, my dear daughter, but my blessing is upon you.
So Marian left her father's castle to live in the forest with Robin Hood, yet Sir Guy did not desist from his plans to marry her. Meanwhile, hearing that Prince John was at Nottingham, Robin Hood walked near the edge of Sherwood disguised as a forest ranger. He hoped to meet some traveler and learn of Prince John's intentions. As he strolled along the road, he met a young man dressed in a forest attire who wore a sword at his side.
How now, good fellow? What news is there today in the good city of Nottingham?
I go about my own business, and the news is that Prince John has come to put down the outlaws in the forest.
About time, too. And what do you do, my fine fellow, that sword?
I mind my own business, that I would that other wanderers in Sherwood did likewise.
My business is with the likes such as you. Now tell me your name, or else my sword will course it from you.
Two can play at that game.
Hold your hand, good fellow. You fight too well to be wasted like this. Come throw in your lot with Robin Hood and be one of his merry men.
Are you Robin Hood?
Robin Hood I am and no other.
Robin, do you not know me?
Marian, and I wounded you, yet you knew you not. Come with me now to our secret glen, and let my merrymen welcome their queen, Maid Marian of Sherwood Forest.
So Marian moved to Sherwood Forest. Sir Guy was jealous and wanted to capture Robin Hood. By doing so, he would win favor with Prince John and eliminate his rival for Marian's hand in marriage. But it would soon be some time before Prince John would show his face again. However, we soon meet another villain, the shape-shifting witch mother Maudlin, who disguises herself as Maid Marian.
Oh, fair Marian, how are you?
I'm blessed beyond measure in your presence.
Your happiness is my fulfillment, but tell me, how have you passed this glorious day?
Never has a hunting trip seen such a success as this day. One shot brought him down. A long shot, and my arrow landed in his heart.
Truly tonight's use will be memorable, thanks to your archery skills.
I would think so, but, Robin, a shadow fell upon us as we were hunting. A raven sat over our head and croaked sadly. The shepherd Carolyn swore it was no ordinary bird, but Mother Maudlin, the witch of Papawick, who is said to be a shapeshifter. Carolyn later saw Maudlin and says she cursed him, promising that terrible things would happen to anyone who ate the deer at Robin Hood's feast.
Is it Papawick or Papawick?
I say Papawick.
Little John said it was Papawick.
How does the witch say it?
I've never talked to her.
So Marian left with her friend to wash her hands in the stream. When she came back, she looked rather strange, staring at people with furrowed brow and vacant eyes. Everything she said was followed by a wicked cackle.
You don't look so well. What happened down by the creek?
I feel fine. I feel like 10 pennies, and I think you should watch your tone with me.
All right. All right. Let us call our friends to the feast.
Friends, they should not feast on this deer. It is too good for such rough country people. A starved sheep carcass would be good enough for them. Scarlet, take dear Mother Maudlin. She's such a wise woman.
Marian, what are you saying?
I shot the deer, and I'll give it to him ever I want. Hee hee hee. Robin, you're being irksome, and I tire your presence. I think we should take some space so I can go make my potions and think of new curses.
So that you could go do what?
I mean, to go have my devotions and read new verses.
I'm confused. Marian is acting crazy. I think I'd better go speak with her.
Hello, my love. Forgive me for staying away from you so long.
And now you dare to call me your love after
After you declared that our gifts were fit to eat the deer you shot, and after you sent the meat to Mother Maudlin?
What are you talking about? I did no such thing. Either you are joking or you've been deceived.
What is happening? Could it be? No, but maybe. But it couldn't.
What is it? Aye, kind Marion. Sent me a deer, Marion did. A whole deer for poor old Maudlin. The fattest deer that I ever saw. Oh, such happiness for poor old woman. I shall go crazy with joy. Surely, good mother, there's some mistake. If I did indeed give such an order, some madness must have come upon me. Do you dare take back the gift that you have given me? No, Maudlin, I didn't give you the deer. It belongs to our friends, the shepherds and shepherdesses. You and your feast are cursed. Cursed, I say, cursed. The spit stands still and no joints turn. Before the fire, but let it burn. Both sides and haunches till the whole converted be into and coal. The stinking dropsy enter in. Your filthy cook and swell his skin. The pain we call the gout begin to prick and itch from toe to shin, and cramp the cook in every limb. Before we dine all this on him.
Here's a mess. Poor Will, the cook has gotten sick all of a sudden. He is filled with aches and pains. He cannot stand, cannot move, and worst of all, he cannot cook.
She's indeed a witch. I believe she could change herself into any shape. As you told me, Mary. Sweet man, forgive me for doubting you. You, good friar, go back and cook our dinner. You have hideous spoiler.
Father Mass, that would be the greatest pity of all. Let us hurry to save our dinner.
And I'm out to get that witch. Come on, man.
So Robin and his merrymen went to Maudlin's hovel. But when they got there, it was not Maudlin who met them at the door.
Mary, you went faster than I do, and yet.
Leave Maudlin in peace, Robin. They say she's a witch, but that is false. It's only that she is far wiser than other women. I beg you, if you love me, do not chase her any further, for she is my dear friend.
Come closer, Marion. So I get a good look at you. You look odd. What's that belt around your waist? I've never seen it before. Where'd you get it? So, you made yourself look like Marion by wearing this charmed belt. It all comes clear now. Mother Maudlin, there's no place for you in Sherwood Forest or in Papelwick. You have 5 minutes to disappear. If you ever cross my path again, I will shoot you.
So Mother Maudlin was banished from Sherwood forever, and the shepherds and shepherdesses all had a grand feast, prepared and greatly enjoyed by Friar Tuck.
We now return to the legend surrounding Sir Guy's pursuit of Maid Marian. Guy and his soldiers surprised Marian and Robin one night and attacked them without mercy. After fighting with Sir Guy, Marian outmaneuvered Guy and pinned him to the floor with her sword at his neck.
Surrender. Command your men to drop their weapons, or I will slay you here and now.
Mercy, good sir. Put down your swordsman. We are beaten.
Guy, I'm just born. I have you at my mercy.
Mary, I have always been at your mercy. My love for you that drives me so hard and so often to try and take you from Robin Hood.
Sir Guy, you have threatened the life of my Lord Robin Hood many times, and that is a threat to my life as well, because I cannot go on living without Robin. You know I'd rather die than that.
Let me strike off his head. We have been troubled by this false knight all too long. If he lives, our friends will continue to be in danger.
Not so. Sir Guy, you will swear by your knighthood not to seek vengeance on these good friends of ours who have helped us, and to never pursue Robin Hood or me ever again. If you agree to these terms, you shall live.
And if you break this oath, I'll have no more mercy on you.
I swear to abide by these terms, by the honor of knighthood and the hope of my salvation.
To Marian, making Sir Guy promise to stop his efforts to kill Robin Hood and then letting him go free seemed like the best plan. The only thing she had not planned on was Sir Guy breaking his promise, and that is precisely what happened. Sir Guy dressed as a forester and walked through Sherwood looking for Robin Hood. He wanted to get close to him and then kill him by surprise.
Good morrow, good fellow. Though I don't recognize you as a local forester, I can can tell from your fine bow that you are an archer, and a good one, too.
Yes, that's right. An archer. I'm an archer from Pendle Forest, but a stranger to this glade. I'm questing for a man named Robin Hood, as I would like to join his band of merry people.
Come with me, then, and I will easily guide you to Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, your life is now over.
Sir Guy, you are a coward and a traitor. Will you not meet me fairly, man to man, and sword to sword? There is no shame in that. I am as nobly born as yourself, and you know it. To shoot an unarmed man is cowardly and shameful.
When Robert of Locksley became Robin Hood of Sherwood, he became an outlaw. And honor does not matter with outlaws. In a little while, I shall wind my horn, and the sheriff will know that Robin Hood is dead. And by then, half of his followers will be dead or prisoners also. But if you surrender to me now, I promise you gallows in Nottingham.
Why, then I choose an arrow in Sherwood, if you can plant one in my heart. This is indeed the last round, and now the combat is even. May God defend the right. There lies a false and dishonest man, but on his death he may yet do himself good.
While Robin Hood is busy with Sir Guy, the sheriff has captured Little John. He is now waiting for the sound of Sir Guy's horn to announce the end of Robin Hood. So Robin dressed in Sir Guy's clothes and pretended that he was Sir Guy. By doing this, he was able to approach the sheriff and get very close to him. He kept his head lowered so that his face was hard to see.
Did you hear that? Listen, that was Guy's horn. That means he's killed Robin Hood. That's the best news I've heard all day. Ah, the man of the hour. Guy, you deserve a reward, and I will grant you whatever you ask.
I want no reward, for I've always hated this man whose head I bring you here. His death has rewarded nothing. But if you would like to do me a favor, I ask this. Let me have the honor of killing this man, Little John, just as I have killed his master.
A crazy choice to make when you could have had gold as a reward, but I will grant your wish. There lies Little John. He's yours to kill. There lies.
It is I, Robin Hood. If we have to die here, we will at least go down fighting the sheriff. We will never surrender willingly to him.
Robin Hood? Or is it the devil? Kill him!
Robin Hood and Little John fight bravely, but they are overwhelmed by having to fight so many of the sheriff's men. Suddenly, a knight wearing black armor enters the battle from nowhere, swinging an axe.
What? So many men against only two? Back, you wolves!
The Black Knight thundered after the sheriff and his men as they ran for their lives. Who was this Black Knight?
Prince John continued to send his followers after Robin Hood to kill him, even after the death of Sir Guy. Finally, he took matters into his own hands and went to Sherwood Forest to capture Marian when he knew Robin Hood was not there.
So here's the tigress in her den. At last, Marian, after all these years, we meet again, and not to part so quickly as last time. Come, you cannot escape. Robin Hood will not save you. I made sure he was busy before I came for you.
Back, you wild beast! Prince or no prince, this sword is between us, and I can use it as well as any man to defend myself until Robin comes.
Quickly catch her, you fools! Curse you for your slowness. If you'd caught her quicker, should not have blown that horn. Now, every moment we delay, we are in danger. Robin Hood will rush to the sound of that horn. Now we have her. Come quickly, my pretty, or we'll have that dog Robin barking at our heels.
At this point, an arrow flies through the air, hitting Prince John between his thumb and forefinger. Had Robin Hood not just run nearly half a mile, the arrow would have destroyed John's hand, and he would have had trouble signing the Magna Carta.
Prince John, you must be tired of fighting with women. Turn and fight me instead.
So Prince John is defeated by the merrymen and taken to a cave just as a religious pilgrim arrives. Does this pilgrim look familiar? Does he favor the Black Knight?
You live well here, friend Robin Hood, on the king's deer.
We do kill the king's deer for our meat, but I do not believe that we break a law that is fair. They call me the poor man's friend, for I take from the rich and give to the poor. But I have never taken from anyone who is honest or worthy. Come now, we may be thieves, but we are thieves of honor. You would not dishonor yourself by sharing a meal with us. That is, unless you shrink from eating the king's deer.
Drink my fields for my own, and I'm as hungry as if I'd walked home from Jerusalem.
Then come and drink with us to King Richard and his speedy return.
You drink to the king's return, even though you are outlaws?
We owe it to the king, for after all, our meal is borrowed from him. But we have never forgotten that while we live merrily in Sherwood, we owe allegiance to our king, and we always raise a toast to him. Outlaws, the king!
The king and his return from the Crusades!
When the meal is over and the toasts have been drunk, Robin Hood remembers he has a prisoner.
I'm reminded that we have a prisoner, one who attacks women when no one is around to protect them. Bring him before us, Little John.
Richard! King Richard, my brother, come back to punish me?
Untie him! Now go swiftly, and sin no more! Stand up, my friend. I freely pardon you and all who are here. I've heard of you spoken of throughout England as a friend to the poor. I've also heard that you and Lady Marian have agreed not to get married until I, the king, return to give her to you in marriage. Is this true?
It is, my liege.
Then here and now I give her to you.
So Robin Hood and Maid Marian are married there in Sherwood Forest with King Richard to give the bride away. Then they marched into Nottingham in triumph. As the plowman left his plow in the field, the blacksmith left his iron on the anvil, and the aged and the sick rose from their beds and hobbled to their doors to cheer for King Richard. King Richard and Robin Hood.
King Richard